Hi everyone, this is Khuna, and I'm going to show you a couple of clips that could be helpful to learn some things about mage and rogue in arena, and explain them to you step by step. So the first one is about knowing what your opponents will do before it actually happens. Anticipating is one of the most, if not the most important thing to learn. Here as you can see, the druid wants to clone me badly, and that's why I can't follow my shaman there, because my trinket and my cloak are both down. I have no smoke and no shadow step to kick an eventual clone. So I would be useless if I went there. So I told my shaman to come back, I got a restart, I sapped the rogue, it was short because he was dotted, and then I sapped the druid and opened on the rogue and we are safe. If I went behind the pillar with my shaman, I could have get clones into a route, into a long CC chain, and my shaman could have been garroted or something, and he could have died eventually, so... This second clip is about inner focus, the priest ability that makes them immune to interrupt. I've never seen anyone take advantage of it, but you can actually use it to surprise the priest you're playing against. Watch his cast bar right now. So as you can see, I managed to lock him at the very end of his casts because his inner focus just went down and he didn't notice it. So then I blinded him and redirected before he even triggered because I knew he will. And yeah, I managed to get a sap on him after the Kine and kill his DK. Okay, so this clip is about pre-kicking and the delay on smoke bomb. Pre-kicking can help a lot in several cases, and you can mostly afford it when you know you will have something to cover it up before your kick comes back up if it fails, like a garrot or a kidney. There is a different way to pre-kick. The one I will show you now is just feeling when your target will cast, like when he stops moving. So here I got him on penance. He feared me, I triggered that because my shaman couldn't get me. So now as you can see, I tried to smoke bomb myself because I saw the feral was going to clone me and my shaman couldn't ground it. So I did it at the exact same time, and smoke bomb has a delay, something like 1 second. So you actually need to anticipate if you want to smoke bomb something in particular. And I got a lucky legendary proc, and I used cloak and evasion to not get bashed or cloned, and I killed the priest. So I'm now going to show you a good way to react against people trying to juke your kicks. So here as you can see, I went next to the priest when he casted, but I didn't kick him because I know it would be more useful to prevent him from healing before my shaman gets a hex, which he triggered at. So I still have my blind. The best way to blind a good priest is to run at him like a retard and waiting him to try to def your blind before actually blinding. Here he didn't want to def, so I just went for the blind and covered it with the kin on the pala, so he had to trinket to bop it. So here I went for the shadow step focus to the priest, even though he was juking, but I didn't kick. Sometimes people playing without interrupt bar thinks you did kick and you can then lock him easily. Then I went next to him again without kicking, and I knew my shaman hex will be back up very soon, so I just went finally for the kick. He juked it, but it didn't matter since I redirected him and he got hexed out of that and his pala died. Here is a clip against a mage priest that shows you that you should never be afraid to trinket a random 1 second CC if it's for a specific purpose. Here I trinketed the Cone of Cold just to get a full ship on the priest, and he trinketed that ship into a deep freeze. I used my pet nova even though I had the orb just to get the deep freeze on the inner focus, and he got blinded after it, and yeah, it's GG. The first part of this clip is here to show you that you should always play with the goal in your head. If I went offensive there, it was because I had the goal to force nice block, and I went back behind my pillar as soon as I reached my goal. Then we got a nice chip shot ring on the priest. I went downstairs and I juked the CS. While I was blanketed, I tried to position myself better than that and avoid the mage's orb. You need to avoid mage's orbs as much as you can, especially if they are frost, cause most of their damage comes from it, 50% if not more, so don't waste your time wending when you are blanketed as well, use it to position yourself better. The last part of this clip is here to show you that you have to use your camera in a good way. Try to see as much as you can from the game, so move it to the best post possible, especially while you are casting, cause it doesn't cost you anything to do it. This short clip is just here to tell you that you need to be careful when you blanket a healer, because a lot of people blanket healer before they are even in line of sight of their partner, so it's a few seconds wasted by doing that, and it can help a lot. Here's the game against the red priest as mage rogue. So I opened with the shatter on the pala, and then I went for the deep freeze on the priest, and I blinked out of loss to get the ship. Don't panic when you use your deep freeze to get a ship, and use your time to get the best position possible before casting. Dealing it is really good anyways. So it made the pala shield, and I just kited him, didn't waste my block, and evoed a bit before getting back into the game. Then the pala went on me, so I just blinked away, shattered him. So at this point I already used my first orb, and I had the deep freeze ready, and the pala was off standard, so I just chose to dip him and blanket the priest to cover it up. Then I cold snap Icy Vein and cast on the pala in this dip. Since I just napped after using my first dip, I still had my second one ready, and I used it to ship the priest. Here as you can see, I took my time to cast the ship. We ended up killing him because the pala didn't use his trinket or buff, but here's a short game against the mage priest as mage rogue. So I Nova the blanket CS, ring the priest, which he trinketed. The best way to juke a death is just recasting the second poly before you even see the death like this. We ended up forcing a block. Here's a nice way to use Smoke Bomb to not let the healer heal, just Smoke Bomb on him, and we did Smoke Bomb Pet Nova, followed by Shiv with Cone of Cold still in Smoke Bomb, so he couldn't heal up his mage for the entire block duration. And he ended up dying because we impacted and blinded the opponents. Those two short clips are here to tell you what's the best way to kick. So as you can see, I did a shadow step focus without kicking here too, like I explained to you before. Generally the best way to kick is to go for it at the very start of the cast or the very end. Try to not be predictable and change your way of kicking several times in the same game. Just a short clip to show you that orb doesn't work through Smoke Bomb. Makes it bug. This is the last clip, and I'm going to use it to explain you how you should use your character's movement with anticipation. So here I kinned the priest and I went away from him because I knew he was going to trinket it and the rogue was going to kill me soon, so I dragged the rogue behind the boxes with me and I went back to the priest with a shadow step kick on the penance. Then I had no other choice to run into the rogue and catch the priest, so I jumped and tried to didn't face him so he couldn't gouge me. Then I blinded him full before getting back to the priest. I ran away from the priest when I killed him because I still had the shadow step to catch him if he didn't die, and I had to kite the rogue. Today I'm gonna explain you how to play as RMP against RMP. So you can play it in a few different ways. The first one is go on mage, the second one is opening on priest hard and training him, and the third one is just going on mage and swapping on priest later in the game after he has PS and trinket. So the thing I'm gonna do here is just going on mage, near mage, and let's see how it goes. So the first thing you need to know is as soon as the gates open you have to sprint in, so you can either get a sap on the opposite mage or allow your mage to invis as late as he can. So here I'm gonna get the sap because he invised a bit too late, like 1 second too late, and my mage is going in, so we're gonna get the best opener if we don't mage. So my mage is gonna shatter him out of invis, break his nova, and then I'm gonna chip shot him because I thought he would blink into the wall but he didn't. So he blinked and I got feared. My priest got deep at the same time so he can't get me, but I chose to sit it because I can get blinded into a full sap later if I trinket that. So here the opposite rogue dropped a smoke on my mage, so I choose to run in and gouge the mage to peel. So he can't do anything for 3 sec. My priest just aura mastered the blanket CS, so it's really good. Then I'm dancing, so you need to understand this. My mage used deep on the opposite priest, so he's gonna get instant CC on him with deep priest followed by a blanket CS. So what I did is I popped my dance, cause I had my unhidden warning proc, so I'm gonna do huge damage. I have trick up as well. So I popped my dance with my cloak, so this mage can't do anything to me, and I know we'll get pressure if the priest doesn't pierce me. So here I'm dancing, the opposite priest is deep into a blanket, and I'm repping this mage. He chose to blink, so I just stepped killing him instantly, which he triggered. Then I used my kick on the priest because I thought he would cast, and even if I didn't pre-kick him, it's okay, cause I'm gonna have shit to follow it. So here he's casting, I blinded his cast. I knew he would trinket since his mage is very low, so I dropped a smoke on his trinket and he still can't heal his mage who is in block. He just got MD'd, and then I vanished and I tried to sap the priest cause he was gonna fall out of combat very soon, because blind doesn't put in combat, but he had mirror images on himself, so yeah. Since I was already in vanish and he was casting with inner focus up, I chose to chip shot half DR him. Then I went back on the mage which got pierced. Here I chose to prep vanish and use my last step on the mage with ambush cause I thought I would kill him since he's very low. It was a bit of a mistake cause I didn't kill him. So I'm gonna get kiten now, since I don't have anything to reach him. So here I dropped a smoke cause I know my mage will have his deep on his blanket CS up back really soon. So we need to get the pressure up and get instant CCs. I know he will go out, but it was still good. So he used blink to go out of my smoke. So my mage saw it, and he's just gonna go in, blanket CS the priest. He tried to get him on cast with blink CS, but he didn't. But it's gonna be enough because the opposite mage has no blink, no trinket, and he can't block since he didn't snap yet. So he's stuck in this deep freeze and the priest can't get him since he's blanket CS. So my mage shattered him in this deep freeze and killed him. So there is few important things you need to learn from this video. The first one is, in an RMP against RMP matchup, the first thing you wanna do is sprint in as soon as the gates open, so you can catch the opposite mage before he invis, or make him invis early, maybe before your mage even. The second one is, be careful when you use your trinket, it has to be really totally needed. The third one is, you have to coordinate your burst with instant CC from your mage, like deep freeze into a blanket CS, to be able to create pressure easily. The fourth one is, don't be afraid to use your kick if you go next to the priest and you know you won't stay next to him for a long time, because the mage won't really cast if you're on him. And this works especially if you have spells to follow, if he doesn't get kicked on cast like blind or break kick or vanish focus chip shot. So the last thing you need to learn is, be careful about your cooldowns management. Try to not waste step if you can catch your target without step. And if you don't have prep up, like I did, it was a mistake. Thanks for watching, I hope you learned a lot from it. I did it because I wish I had people doing that for me when I start playing arenas. And lots of people asked me to do it, so I'll be making more videos in the upcoming months. I don't know how often it will be, it depends on how much I will be playing the game. See you.